I'm getting a call right now from Jason Gillum. I'm going to see if he wants to come on and say anything. Jason.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we are on Courtroom Insider Live right now. Did you want to say anything? Do you have a minute?
You know what? I do have a minute. What would you like to know?
Okay, let me get you on speaker. Jason does want to say a couple of things. I appreciate you calling in, Jason, really without any notice at all. So, first of all, how are you doing? How's the family?
You know, the family's good. We're in good spirits. Everybody's upbeat. We're just waiting around live here from Boise, Idaho. Just waiting on the fourth floor for any word for a verdict or for a reading of what the verdict or the sentence might be.
I imagine, I just played Samantha's statement. I would imagine that to write that, what was that like for her? Anything that you want to share? I mean,
Samantha's a really deep thinker, and she's one that wants to make sure everything is just right. But in these cases, when she has written her statements, she's gone ahead and just done it straight from the heart, puts it on the voiceover, and just starts to talk and says what she feels and says what she wants to say. And so everything that she said really came from the heart. She didn't do a whole lot of editing with what she did.
Wow, that was powerful. So all of them were powerful, to be honest with you today. And what was Chad's reaction when she was saying this?
You know, his was interesting because Chad's reaction was just very stoic and didn't say a lot. But I did notice that during her comments and what she was saying, he didn't seem to look at her as much. He seemed to kind of look around or look past her, look more at the jury to see what their reaction was going to be of her. But he didn't say a whole lot. I will say, and this was interesting, that in watching and talking with some of the prosecution after the prosecution during this one, they were a little bit touched. They don't normally express any emotion or say a lot, but they were fighting. They were fighting a little bit to keep those tears and those emotions in check, trying to remain neutral.
Well, let me tell you, it's been an emotional 24 hours. You don't realize how emotional hearing a verdict can be, but it's emotional being in the courtroom for many people, and then to have to turn around and read these statements. I can't imagine what that's like.
You know, the interesting thing for us, and I will speak for the group of us that was here as a whole, when we heard that yesterday in the verdict, it was a little bit liberating and a little bit healing and a little bit of emotional let go, to be able to go, okay, now those things that we felt for the last 4.5 years, we can finally let go and get off of our chest somewhat. And particularly my oldest brother-in-law, Mike, his attitude and mood today has been almost night and day difference. And he's carried a lot of burden, feeling like the older brother. And after he got his words out, after he had a chance to share what he had to say, he has been almost a different person. And
wow.
It's been good just to watch and see him start that healing process. It's been a difficult trial. It's been a difficult trial.
Well, I got to tell everybody watching that Jason and Samantha, the whole family, are just incredible people, but I've gotten to know Jason and Samantha pretty well over the past few years, and they are just such wonderful, wonderful people, and they are even better because they love Coca-Cola. And when I go to their house, they have Coke stuff everywhere. They love Disneyland. Samantha's a theater teacher. My brother's a theater teacher. So we had that connection. And Jason is just such a nice guy. And he sends me the greatest photos that just in the midst of, really heavy stuff make you smile. For instance, today he was sending me photos from their lunch, which was so nice to see that in the midst of all of this, there's a little bit of happiness and family togetherness and kindness, which I guess is a great thing to come out of all of this. How's the extended family doing, especially Ron? I mean, we heard from him today, and there was even some question maybe on if he'd come up.
On that, with Ron, it was good for him to come up here. It was good for him to lay eyes on the entire scene. What you see from your home is not what you see when you get here. There are feelings, emotions, impressions that you walk away with. That they're good. So from Ron's perspective, he's really enjoyed it. And if you know Ron, he had an opportunity to tell many dad jokes today. So he was on par, on his game. He'd be happy to have me say that. He had 6 or 7 of them ready to go, and he's been telling them all day and just loving it.
He saved up the dad jokes.
Absolutely. The other part that's been really fun for us is we've gotten to know and got to meet so many amazing people. You're one of them. And I can't speak highly enough about Nate Eaton, and those of you that listen already know that. But in addition to him, we were also able to go through, and I really got to know Colby today. I really got to sit down for a couple hours with with Brandon Boudreaux. Get to know these people, because the reality behind all of our stories and everything that we are going through is we have lives. We're people. We love, we care. We have our whole lives that are out there, and this is just, people will see the names. They'll see Tammy Daybell, knew her. People will see names of Samantha Gwilliam. That's my wife. We're real people with real lives and real challenges that we face. And Colby, Brandon, and everybody else is the same thing. And it's just getting to know these people and their story has just been an absolute joy. It's just been wonderful. And so some good relationships that have come out of something that's just been so horrific.
Right. Now, how long do you all plan to stay at the courthouse? Are you there for the night if the jury can...
I'm here until jury says we're going home or we have a verdict. I'm not going anywhere.
And I would imagine if the jury was getting tired, they would call it for the night, but they're still there and it's 7:20.
They are still, yes. And so I will tell you this, about 45 minutes, an hour ago, they asked for dinner. They were taken down into an area where they were fed. And then they just recently broke from that about 15 minutes ago. And so that either tells me that they wanted to be fed before they go home, or they wanted to be fed before they just buckle down and get it done.
Okay.
So,
you're right.
What you wanted to, no idea.
Right. Wow. And do you, what are your thoughts? I mean, do you hope that they go one way or another? I know other people, like Larry yesterday, said he supports whatever the jury decides.
I think for the most part, the whole feeling from the family, and I can't speak individually for everybody, is right now we did what we could do to get the verdict we got. And what happens beyond this, or whatever they decide to do with regards to either way, life, death, whatever it is, it's out of our hands, and we respect the jury, and we're okay with whatever decision they make. It's really into their hands now. We don't lean one way or another. It's more or less, we got a victory yesterday, and that's the biggest thing that came out of all this, is to be able to justify, or to have justice for the individuals, Tylee, JJ, Tammy, hopefully Charles soon, and we get some closure with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not real, closure to say, but it's, let's take these pieces, pick them up, rebuild, and move forward.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I so appreciate you all and appreciate you calling in, Jason. I hope that you all have plans to go on a trip or go unplug or do something when this is all over. Thank goodness it's summertime and your wife's out of school.
Absolutely. So
yeah.
We've got a few plans here and there, and so at the end of the day, hopefully we can probably invest in some serious therapy. Let's be real.
Well, that too. Good.
It would be okay.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Oh man, please give my best to everybody there. And I wish I was there, and I thought I'd be back there on Monday. I mean, I will be, but you all might not be, and let's hope they're not still deliberating Monday, but who knows?
You know what? We'll be following one way or another on East Idaho News in one form or another.
All right. By the way, I did want to say there have been many, many, many people here at CrimeCon that have asked me to extend their love to you all who are there. I'm amazed how many people have followed this, know the names, know the birthdays, know everything. So I'll pass that along to you, and you can share that with everybody.
Tell them thank you. We love them, and we appreciate the support, the love, and the thoughts and prayers.
All right, Jason. Thank you. Take care. See ya.
Good night.
Bye. Wow. Well, I thank you, Jason, for calling in. That was not planned. We didn't plan this, and he. I did shoot him a message and say, if you all want to say anything, feel free.